This is me. And these are my kids. And this is our life. And this is our TikTok. Well, technically it's my TikTok, but you'll see the kids here. You get the gist. I have this way of compartmentalizing traumatic events that take place in my life where I push them to the back of my brain, the back of my subconscious, because right now I don't have time to cry and I can always cry about it later. This morning I had court with my ex. It was the first time that I heard his voice since March of 2024. It was very brief and we scheduled for a paternity test for my son, and that was that. We won't be going over the financial implications until paternity is established. Now, I know for a fact that my son is his son, so I have no worries whatsoever when it comes to the paternity testing. But virtually being in the same room with him was unsettling. If you've watched my series, Sleeping with the Devil, for the greater majority of that little presentation, I was nonchalant. I pretty much just seemed like I was, being messy to some or angry. But the truth actually is, I'm a human being. I'm a human. I'm a very compassionate human being. And I was still really hurt. I still am hurt. I just conduct myself in a fashion that doesn't make it seem as though that is really what's going on. But what happened, that shit hurt. And as a way to grieve, I did choose to share that part of my life with you guys in my series to help raise awareness about narcissism. And it was a way for me to get closure. But there's an element of closure that I know I'll never get because he never even said he was sorry. Instead, he chose to put Band-Aids over bullet wounds. But I'm strong. I always survive, and I know that. But I don't want to not acknowledge the suffering and the pain. Someone cheating on you from the day that they met you and making a baby in the beginning of your relationship on you and then lying about the existence of another woman, that's I can't say it's ever happened to me before, and now I can say it's happened. But I feel like if I don't come to terms with that, then I'll never actually fully heal and get what I deserve and what I need, and I deserve way more than that. Let's get a jump start on dinner because my sister is coming with my nephew, so first we gotta figure out this whole entire bottle sanitizer thing. On a lighter note, my sister and my nephew are coming over to spend a few days with us. And I'm trying to get this whole bottle sanitizer thing situated because the instructions, why do they come in different languages and not in English? I did figure it out. I just looked at the photos. Now I am making fried chicken. Yes, the fried chicken that I can't stand actually having to make. And FYI, I heavily season my chicken. I don't know if it's the cleaning part that I hate the most or the frying part that I hate the most. But I'm warming up to it. I mean, chicken is so versatile. You can do so much with it that it's only smart for me to actually figure out a way to tolerate this experience and make it the best that I can. And I love doing that. I love cooking. But as of late, the only individuals that deserve this kind of love from me are my children, and that's completely okay with me. So I didn't film this portion, but I had to burn off all the hair and pluck the remaining feathers off of all of this chicken, which is why I hate frying chicken, because the cleaning part is very tedious. But I wanted to make sure that I had everything on hand that my sister and my nephew were going to need when they came to me. And I wanted to be able to make something that was going to be like mass produced and everyone would be able to enjoy. Yes, it is time consuming, but it was definitely worth it. I love making homemade French fries. They taste so good and they come out well every single time that I make them. As I started frying the French fries, I gave everybody a taste test and they loved it. I find that with vegetables, it's easier to actually taste as you go versus meat. Obsessed much. My nephew asked would he like the food that I just made, and my eldest son Jaden, who's 15, said the sweetest thing that I've ever heard come out of his mouth. And he said, "Of course you're gonna like it. My mom is like a chef."